Every day staying safe is a struggle. You have people that, you know, they want to hate on you, and I've had many things thrown at me. I've been sleeping. I've been beat up while sleeping. I've been kicked, stomped, hit with boards, stones thrown at me, eggs. You know, people, I'm at the lowest point in my life, and people just want to push you down even further. And that's another thing that it's hard to get over, how somebody can look at you at the lowest point of your life and want to put you down even further. You know, how much of a person are they to want to do that to another human being?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, AML Films, and we out there. Thank you guys for tuning in on this beautiful Monday. God bless you all. Look who I ran into. Jim. A lot of you guys been messaging me about Jim, want to know, his status. A lady even sent $100 for Jim for me to get him to a hotel. A few other people sent things for Jim, like a harmonica and some thermos, some shirts and other stuff like that. But you know how it is out here in Kensington. A lot of y'all don't know. It's hard to keep track of people because of the phone situation. So, I haven't seen Jim for a minute. But luckily today, I ran into him. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing pretty good today.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you since the last video we shot?
Well, there's been quite a few developments. I spent some time in the hospital. I had a pretty bad infection. I spent a month in the hospital. I got into the shelter around the corner a couple days ago. I got a couple of job opportunities coming my way, working. I've been having some actual good luck lately. I got into the shelter, got a nice cot to sleep on instead of the sidewalk, got some nice fresh bedding, got access to hot food. I got a couple of job opportunities coming my way. They want me to work for outreach, working with people like me. They said who better to work with the homeless than the homeless, because we know the struggle, and unless you've been down this road, you can sympathize, but you can't relate. And being able to relate to it and talk to somebody, knowing the situation that they're going through, it's a lot easier than trying to imagine what they're going through. So I got that coming my way. CLIP is a cleanup organization down here that actually, it was this morning. One of the guys said they're doing a volunteer program this weekend. He wants me to come out and meet his boss, and they want to offer me a 28-hour-a-week job, which that would be great. $15.50 an hour, can't beat that. So.
Awesome. Well, that's great news to hear, Jim.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome, man. So now let's talk a little bit about the struggle as far as like the drug use. Are you, has your habit increased or decreased? What's going on?
It's actually decreased.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think I was doing maybe like 10, 12 bags the last time I talked to you. I can get away with 3 to 4 now a day. I've tried the Suboxone route. That's not the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go to methadone route for now. Get on a called maintenance program. The methadone's a lot harder to get on than the Suboxone, because it's basically like having a full-time job. You got to go to a meeting every day. It's like 3 hours, and then for the first month or so, you actually have to go to the clinic every morning to get your dose. You don't get any take-home doses. But yeah, I'm going to get on the methadone because I need another hip surgery. I ended up tripping off a curb and cracking the plastic that's in my hip. So the doctors that did my hips won't do the well, it's actually the anesthesiologist won't do the operation as long as I test positive for illegal drugs, as in the fentanyl and heroin. So they want me either on Suboxone or methadone. If I get on the Suboxone's a blocker, which I won't be able to take pain medication after the surgery. That's not an option. Methadone is actually a pain reliever itself, and it takes away the craving for the other drugs. So I think that's the route I'm going to go, and hopefully within the next month or so, get that surgery out of the way. They're getting me a case manager here at this shelter. They're applying for housing. They said maybe within 6 months to a year, I'll have my own apartment. If I stick with either outreach or clip, I'll have a job, have an income, be able to pay my own rent, pay my own bills. Nice. It's gonna feel nice to be back contributing to society instead of taking from it.
Wow. You hear that, guys? Round of applause for Jim. That's what I like to hear. Good news, As bad as it is out here in the Badlands, when you hear stuff like that, it gives you hope. And stuff like that makes me want to continue doing what I'm doing, because I believe in these people and it can happen to any one of us, But that's really good news, Jim. Happy to hear that things is, turning around for you. Out here is definitely a struggle.
You gotta want it.
Definitely, you have to want it. You heard that? You have to want it.
One of my favorite sayings ever. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Absolutely. Okay, so Jim, to all your supporters out there, because when your video dropped, as you can see, you got like 500 and some more comments.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so what you got to say? What do you have to say to all your supporters out there?
I can't believe I have one, let alone over 500 people to comment. That means at least 500 people have watched the video, and it touches me. For years, I took after my dad. I was never emotional. I never showed my feelings. I was always one to hide my feelings and not let anybody know when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm angry. Just keep it all inside and then take it out in bad ways, put it that way, And now I've actually come in touch with a more sensitive side. When people do nice things for me, when I see other people doing nice things for each other, I don't care who sees. I'll cry, to me, that makes me a human being again. And for the long time down here, I pushed all that away, because if somebody saw you have a feeling, they take advantage of that. Say, oh, this guy's soft, we can take this, we can do that. Now I don't care, I have actual people that I can call friends, that don't want anything from me. I'm still getting used to that one. And for everybody that's watched the video, everybody's going to watch this video, I can't thank you guys enough for everybody send anything in. Even just keep me in your prayers. I pray for myself, for people down here. And the funny thing about it is, I never believed in God until I hit the streets of Kensington. Because I see the struggle between good and evil every day. And sometimes the good wins, sometimes the bad wins. But it's funny to say, I didn't believe in God until I became homeless.
Wow.
I go to church now, and I'm not afraid to say, thank you to somebody, and God bless you, bless your family. If somebody's going through something, I'll stop and ask them, do you want to pray with me? And, I think I found myself more being homeless than I did being in the real world, going to work every day, just, you fall into a rut and you forget the little things. I found the little things again, and what I mean by that is people look past just the slightest little thing. Like somebody tell you, oh, you know, I talked to somebody I haven't seen in, 10 years. Well, maybe God put you in that position to see that person. Because that's the way I think, now that I believe in God, God put me on this road. Whether it's for the good or bad, I'm here for a reason. I've saved a few lives with Narcan, CPR, and if that's the reason that I had to go through the pain and the troubles that I'm going through, and this experience has made me I think a better person, because instead of letting Kensington and the drugs take from me, it actually gave to me. Not many people can say that down here.
Absolutely.
And I was in a rut. I'm getting out of the rut. And to everybody that's watching this and watched the other video and watched all the other videos of all the other people, we're human beings too. And just to know that there's people out there that actually care, for some of us, that's what keeps us going. Just a simple hello, or how are you doing today? That makes a difference to a lot of us. Because you have people that, well, like I said in the last video, people that will ride by, call you derogatory names and throw things at you, and I could never figure out why until just recently. They have to hurt somebody else to make them feel better about themselves, and it goes back to like high school. You have this clique that, you got the cool kids, you got the stoners, you got the unpopular, the nerds. Down here, that doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter, race doesn't matter. It's about finding yourself and not letting this place take from you, but actually learn how to live again. And I don't know, not many people down here can say what I'm saying right now, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I went through this, because I've attempted suicide in the past, and that's where my life was headed. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for watching this video and supporting all of us.
Amen.
And I don't know.
Look, guys, you guys
just thinking about it,
that's awesome. So guys, see what y'all did? You made Jim morning, because he was out there in the trenches right now, and I ran into him. I gave him a big hug. I'm like, I'm the guy from the video. You remember me? So so that's awesome, Jim. That was a really wonderful thing you just said just now. Yeah, a lot of people definitely need to understand addiction is a disease, and it starts off as a choice, then it becomes not a choice no more. It becomes a struggle to survive. So Jim, I just got like a few questions just to ask you from a lady named Jenna Campbell.
Okay.
It's just some questions in general for the show, just to get to know you as a person. Okay, so Jim, if you found $10,000, what would you do with it?
Wow. One of the first things I would probably do is put a roof over my head and pay a few months rent. Second thing I would probably do is the 2 shelters that are here, the one that I'm in now and the other one. I didn't realize that they're not as big as I thought they were. I thought, there was 100 people in each of these shelters. No, there's probably less than 30 people in the shelter that I'm in. I would find a way to expand it. maybe put in bunk beds, buy bunk beds so more people can, have access to it, make it easier to get into, donate, food, hygiene products, I'd want to give back more than I would take from that money.
Wow,
and anybody that knows me down here would know that's true. I actually am holding two people's bank cards because they don't trust themselves and they trust me more than themselves. I take them to the ATM, they all what they want, they have a cap per week, I don't let them go over it, and one condition, I don't know their PIN number. So knowing that there's people out there that trust me more than themselves right now, lets me know that I'm becoming a better person.
That's awesome, Jim. So Jim, how many times have you been robbed?
Oh gosh. This week or since the last time we saw each other?
In general.
Something gets taken every day. I mean, whether it's, clothing, food. I use a crutch or a cane now because of my hip. The other day, let's see, probably today's Monday. On Friday, somebody decided that they needed my cane and my crutch more than I did, and they took both of them.
Wow.
And that's the things that really irk me is when I push around a shopping cart full of all kinds of clothing, hygiene products, and most of that stuff isn't even mine or for me. I find homes for them. And I what makes me feel good is when I can help somebody else. And like right now, I've got women's, don't take this the wrong way, I got women's clothing, women's shoes, in my cart right now that I see somebody that, looks like they could use a change of clothing, be like, hey, I got a little something here. And 6 months ago, 10 months ago, a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. It was all about, what I could get, how much stuff I could hold on to. And being down here and seeing, no matter how bad I have it, there's always somebody that's worse. No matter how bad you feel, there's somebody out there that feels worse.
Right.
So helping others has helped me.
Got you. So what do you do to prevent yourself from getting robbed?
I haven't been robbed in 2 days. And the only reason I haven't been robbed in 2 days is I haven't slept in 2 nights.
Okay.
Literally nothing you can do down here to prevent yourself from getting something taken. Everybody has something taken from them. If you have something that somebody else doesn't, no matter what it is, if they don't have it and you do, they feel the need that they need to have it. And the sad thing is, most of the stuff that is taken from me, all they have to do is ask.
Tell me about it, right?
I tell people all the time down here, everybody heard the saying, oh, that guy's so nice, he'll give you the shirt off his back. Well, I'm that guy that'll give you the pants off my, excuse my language, the pants off my ass, and I'll go naked if it's going to help you.
Right.
And when somebody steals, say, food from you, that hurts more than anything, because everything I have, food-wise, clothing-wise, all you gotta do is ask. And there's so many people down here that aren't like that it makes others feel that they need to steal, because if they ask you, you're going to tell them no. And if we can get that thought out of people's heads, this might be a better neighborhood.
Right.
But it's just I've been down here for like 14 months now, and I've seen a huge change. The thievery in the past 6 months, it's like everybody steals from everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Jim. Now, does your family have a way to contact you if they want to reach out to you?
No, I mean, I don't. I consider the people that I've met and gotten close to down here more my family than actual blood relations. If something were to happen to me, I don't have an emergency contact. Like, okay, I get knocked out and sent to the hospital. They're not going to know to call my mom, because to me, I don't think she really cares, because it's a different story, but her boyfriend is more important to her than her own children. And which I'm okay with that. I mean, everybody needs to be their own person. If that's the person she needs to be, then that's fine. But I got a brother, sister. My father has passed away. My mom, the only time I talk to her is when I go to the hospital. I've been in the hospital like 5 times since October of last year, and that's the only time I've ever talked to her.
Gotcha.
And she can only talk to me when her boyfriend's not there. So I don't really consider family.
Gotcha.
I mean, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean. As a child, did your parents tell you to stay away from drugs?
No, I mean, I never really had the whole, I guess you would call it the normal childhood talks with my parents. Never had the birds and the bees conversation with them. I can't really, besides one uncle, I can't really say anybody in my family's ever really been drug-wise, but there's a lot of alcoholics. Maybe that's why I don't drink, but I was never really, drugs were never brought up, so they were never really taught to me to be a bad thing or a good thing, or
right.
That's just a weird. It feels awkward to answer because I don't have an answer.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I never got to talk about it.
I understand. If your family came looking for you today in Kensington, will you welcome them?
To be honest, if I saw them before they saw me, I would probably turn the other way. And it might sound harsh, but when my dad died, that pretty much my family died. I never really had much of a family life up to that point. My father was the only one, I was always hunting, fishing. That's one thing that I shared in common with him, that we both loved. Anything to do with guns, reloading. He had a massive gun collection. We'd hunt, everything from small game animals, squirrels, all the way up to, upstate Pennsylvania, black bears, deer. We even put in for the raffle for elk a few times. But yeah, when he died, that pretty much sealed the whole family life thing.
Gotcha. So if your child wanted to FaceTime with you today, Will you let it happen?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of a weird subject to get into. I don't know if I went into it in the last interview, but I didn't find out that I had a daughter until she was 17.
Wow.
And let's see, 3 years after I found out about her, she got pregnant, and I've never actually, I've talked to her on the phone and, you know, things like that, Facebook and instant messaging and, you know, or text messaging. I think I might have said it in the last interview, I've never actually met her.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird subject. I have a daughter and a granddaughter, but I don't have them.
Gotcha. What have you ever loved about yourself?
I can't really say too much. One thing I can say that I do love about myself is, as Yogi would say, I'm smarter than the average bear. You know, I'm smart enough to know better, but dumb enough not to care. I know a little bit about everything, and like one thing I do love about myself is I'm a history buff. I love, you know, researching this, that, and everything, especially the world wars and conflicts, and you know, now that I'm a believer in faith, I've read the Bible cover to cover several times, you know, because some of the jails I was in, that was the only reading material that they mandatory to give you.
Yeah.
And I thought there's a bunch of good stories in it, but once I started believing, you know, that there's something else out there for us, it's become, I don't know, it's almost like second nature now. When somebody goes, you know, well, do you believe in God? Well, yeah, of course I do now, you know. And, well, how long have you believed in Him? Well, maybe less than a year now. I mean, I wanted to believe, you know, before that there was something out there, but it never really sunk in until, like I said, I saw the struggle between good and evil down here. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Nah, you good, buddy. Okay, guys, so that was a little update with Jim. You know, I'm going to stay, you know, documenting the struggle. Hopefully one day we can see Jim in his own place, you know, and I'll be like, dream coming true. And also one day maybe, you know, he'll be off the fentanyl that's out here. Who knows? Anything is possible. He just got to fight. Like he said, you have to want it. Okay, so I got a few little gifts for Jim from you guys, and I'm gonna give it to him right now.
Oh, wow! Look at that.
That's cool.
Yeah, guys.
That's nice.
Heck yeah.
Unfortunately,
I
have to look for Jim harmonica, because somebody did send him a harmonica, but I don't know where my hands put it. I hope one of the addicts didn't take it, because they got Jackie Chan hands out here. But we'll look for that harmonica.
Oh my gosh, this is so perfect.
Yeah, so go in there. You know.
Shirts. Yep, more shirts. Oh my goodness, it's just like Christmas.
So that's all for Jim.
This is all stuff that I need.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. For everybody that sent anything or even just prayers.
And that's your $100 right there, Jim.
Oh my goodness.
All the love for Jim, you guys.
You guys are excellent. You guys are so great. And what you do for people, it's just unbelievable.
We are all one.
This is going to go towards clothing, something that I can actually buy new and not have to worry about, where I'm going to get a pair of shoes or where I'm going to get shorts for this summer. This is new shoes, shorts.
Awesome,
looks like you got a lot of hygiene and products here.
So you can also distribute that with some of your peoples and stuff too, you know?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
There's doubles and triples of stuff in here.
Cool.
I'm happy to receive it, and I know they're going to be ecstatic when I go, hey, look, guys.
Yeah, we out there.
So, I mean, I'd like to thank everybody, even if you just watched the video, just thank you so much. And for everybody that sent things, I can't thank you guys enough.
Awesome.
And this is more than my own family would do. That's why I said that, I consider people around here more my family, and you guys that are watching the video, I consider you more family than my own family. So I'd like to thank you guys very much.
Awesome. Okay, guys, we're wrapping it up. Peace out.
Absolutely.
There you go, brother.
All right, thank you very much. And to the woman that sent it, thank you so much.
I want you to open it up for us.
Absolutely.
James got a harmonica. I found it. I thought I lost it. Well, I found that somebody thought about you, buddy. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at there.
Nice harmonica.
Heck yeah.
Right?
It's been a lot of years since I played it.
I gotta catch up on James. One day we're gonna do a video for you guys. Take him somewhere nice and he's gonna play for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, alright.
Oh, look at there.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice. Oh, he still got it.